Have you fallen victim to the acceleration trap? That's the idea that to be successful, you need to work harder, move faster, and do more. I did. For years, I bought into the myth that to be successful, I had to do more, do it better, and do it faster. But an interesting thing happened when I stopped buying into that myth. I got more done. I did it better, and I did it with less stress. I also enjoyed the work more and became more creative. The same thing is true when it comes to your organizational change efforts. Stay tuned. In this video, I want to share with you why slowing down, doing less with more, and holistically approaching change leads to a healthy, solid, high performance, and change-ready organization, and how to recognize when you have fallen victim to the acceleration trap. Hello, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Dawn Marie Turner, president of Turner Change Management and creator of the Readiness Mindset. 30. That's how many change initiatives the CEO estimated her organization was currently trying to implement. And these were just the ones that she knew about. She estimated that there were probably many more that weren't large enough to hit her radar screen. When I raised the possibility of slowing down the pace of change, of doing less change, her response was, we can't slow down. We need to move faster and implement even more changes if we're going to stay competitive and meet our strategic goal. And that's where the danger lies. Her story was not new to me. I hear it all the time from leaders who believe that the only way forward to stay competitive is more and faster change. But the danger of this approach is that it delivers just the opposite. Less real change and more energy and resources expended. Emma Sepla, the author of the Happiness Track, notes, we pay a high price when we buy into the myth that success requires doing more, always looking to the next thing and persevering at all costs. Leaders burn themselves out, and they often drive their employees to the same fate. And it's a trap that's easy for you to fall into. The acceleration trap. The acceleration trap was identified by Heike Bruch and Johan Menge. The interesting aspect of the acceleration trap is how easy it is to get caught. Let's say you have a big project. Perhaps it's a new financial system or that new department and business line that you're launching. Or maybe it's an unplanned external event, like the government announces a new regulation and you need to comply. It's important and you must meet the deadline. So you add the projects, asking your employees to do a little bit more to meet that need, to meet the deadline. And they do. They rise to that challenge, increasing the number, the speed of initiatives in your organization. Asking employees to do a little bit more in less time or working some longer hours and expending large bursts of energy to complete a project, to resolve a problem, or meet a goal is sometimes needed. And these short bursts and added pressure can work, at least in the short term. The problem arises when this type of high energy work becomes the norm and not the exception. When the organization is thrown into a chronic state of overload, that's the acceleration trap. Write in the comment section below what your experience has been with that type of situation. The acceleration trap happens when leaders, to deal with an internal pressure, increase the number, speed, and intensity of the projects or activities for the organization. The organization is then thrown into a constant state of change, and employees are expected to do more, often with less and faster. And just like that CEO with the 30 change initiatives, you believe that increased pressure and pace are necessary, and it becomes your new normal in your organization. As a result, your employees and you are overloaded with one change initiative after another, or worse, several simultaneously. And ironically, although you have increased the pace, the intensity of the change, and the number of change initiatives, the amount of real change, the adoption of those new activities, that new mindset, that new thinking, and those new behaviors that are needed to achieve each of those outcomes within each of those initiatives is decreased. Your organization's capacity to respond and your operational productivity is reduced, while the risk of failure and burnout is increased. Employees learn to fear and avoid change. One of the dangers of this trap is that you may not even recognize that your organization is caught. So here are 3 patterns that Heike Baruch and Johan Menges identified in their work that signal an over-accelerated organization. First, too many activities and not enough time. I hear this frequently from employees at all levels. One employee described how she began working extra hours to complete an important project. Fast forward 6 months, the organization had successfully completed the project, but she was still working the extra hours. The difference? Now she needed to work those extra hours just to keep up with all of the additional work and tasks that had been added to her plate. The second pattern, multi-loading your employees. That is, asking employees to take on too many different or unrelated activities, which leaves them and your company unfocused. A similar situation can happen when people don't have enough time to move through the change process. You initiate another change that may pull them in a different direction, or it looks like it's undoing a previous change. So for the employees, it begins to look like change for the sake of change. The third pattern, overload and change without stability, becomes the habit. It's true your organization must be constantly evolving and responding. But that's not the same as bombarding your employees with one change initiative after another without any opportunity for stability and expecting them to absorb more and more. Constantly bombarding your employees with change initiatives without time to restabilize prevents any real change from occurring. Your employees can handle overloading and multi-loading for short periods of time, and sometimes it is necessary. But when there's no end in sight, then employees feel stuck and they're caught in a debilitating chaos that ultimately hurts your organization. It is possible to release your organization from the acceleration trap, enable multiple changes, and prevent fatigue and burnout. We work with organizations who are developing new ways of enabling multiple change without getting caught in the acceleration trap. Thanks for watching. If you would like help to enable multiple changes without burnout and get a higher return on your investment, check out the resources in the show notes or contact us and let's have a conversation. That's it for now. I'll talk to you soon.